All right, well, our objective for today, I can master semester 1 concepts and skills. Today we're going to finish up our study guide. Make sure you put away all your mobile devices. You can watch the game on replay later. Last call, last warning, fair warning, yes. This is like the third, fourth, and fifth one. All right, so with that said, we're going to go straight into problem number 15 today. So on your Cornell notes, right, problem number 15. All right, problem 15 reads, factor the polynomial by grouping. Factor by grouping. All right, very similar to the one we did yesterday. So you should be able to do that one by yourself, yeah? I'll give you a head start. Copy and go. All right, check with them to see what they got. They should be done by now. Now, be careful with this one. This one has a little curveball to it. Hopefully you caught it. Yeah? All right, all right. So let's see. So, by grouping, what do we check first when we're asked to factor? Check for standard form. Is it in standard form? Yes. Is there a GCF? Either yes or no. There isn't. So there is no such number that divides all terms, and not all terms have an X. So we're going to group from the get-go. So we start with these two and these two. Put a little plus sign right there. So GCF for the first two is 8x to the what? Third, and we're left with x plus 2. So far so good? All right, for the second two, GCF for the second two, negative 27. Yes, because the first one has a negative, so it's negative 27. We're left with x plus 2. All right, so what's the same here and here? Yeah, so my first factor is x plus 2. And what's left over? We got 8x cubed minus 27. All right, what's that? That is correct. Now, hopefully you guys notice that this is a difference of cubes. You're like, what does that mean, Mr. Q? Yeah, the identities, remember? X cubed minus y cubed is the same as x minus y times what? X squared, yes, plus xy plus y squared. You guys remember that one, yeah? Okay, good. So does this look like this? Almost. Okay, so then therefore let me rewrite it. How can we write 8 as a cubic? Well, we take the cube root of 8. What is cube root of 8? 2. Cube root of x cubed, x. So now we can write this as 2x to the third power minus cube root of 27 is, yeah, 3 to the third power. So now we just use this pattern so that we can find our factors. So let's see. Instead of x, we're going to write what? 2x. And instead of y, we're going to write 3. Let me change the colors for that one. 3 for the y. And 2x for the x. So everywhere we see a paren, let's see, we're going to start here, parentheses, parentheses, and then the first one is squared, plus, parentheses, parentheses, plus, that's not going to fit right there, let me Make some room. All right, so let's start. So let's substitute for all x's first. So x, instead of x, we're going to write 2x. Here, instead of x, we're going to write 2x. And here, we're going to write 2x, which is that. Next, the y. Y now is 3. So this is 3. And this is 3. And over here, we have 3 squared. Yes? All right, so what are my factors? Because remember, they're asking us to factor. So my first factor is 2x minus 3. The other factor is 2x squared is 4x squared plus, what is 2x times 3? Very good, 6x plus, what is 3 squared? 9. And also, don't forget, what was the first factor that we found over here? The x plus 2. Ooh, let's go. These are my factors. So, in other words, what are you saying, Mr. Q? Well, that you need to know your identities. Identities. That's why I gave you guys time to do that. Remember, for home play, I said memorize these identities. Yeah? Anyways, send me your work, see what you did. All right, problem number 16 is on your screen. Your favorite. Yeah, let's go. Long division. Oh, yes, we got this. All right, so copy that. We're going to do this one together. So we got number 16, divide 6x squared minus 9x plus 10 divided by x minus 4. Use long division. So for this one, what is the first thing we check for? Tell your neighbor, please. Very good. Standard form. Make sure you make a note for it. Step 1, standard form. You need to always check for standard form. Because remember, if there's any degree that's missing, you need to compensate for that. What is the degree of the first term? This one is second degree. This is first degree. This is 0 degree. Is it in order? Yes. Highest to lowest? Yes. Anything missing? No. Let's go to the second one. First degree, 0 degree. Is it in standard form? Yes. Anything missing? No. Okay. So now that we did that, let me erase this really quick. All right. So with that said, let's get started. So, long division. We write our dividend, which is 6x squared minus 9x plus 10 divided by, and I'm going to put in blue the divisor, which is x minus 4. If you have your colored pens, use them so you can keep that in mind as you're taking notes. All right, so let's get started. We need a number here. So what number times x gives me 6x squared? 6x, very good. 6x times x, remember, we're distributing over here. 6x times x is 6x squared. And 6x times negative 4, that's negative 24x. Put the minus sign over here. And remember the process. Circle it. Why, Mr. Q? So that you can distribute to both, to this one and to this one. You guys see that? So what is 6x squared minus 6x squared? This cancels. What is 24x minus 9x? 24x minus 9x is 15x. Bring down the plus 10. Nice. All right, next. Again, the process. What number times x gives me 15x? Yeah, positive 15. So 15 times x is 15x. 15 times negative 4, that's negative 60. Subtract, which means I circle it to distribute it here and here. So the 15s cancel. 60 plus 10, that is 70. And I'm going to do that in green to remind me that that's my remainder. All right. So with that said, what's the answer? The quotient is 6x plus 15. That is correct. However, since we have a remainder, we need to add a fraction. You guys remember that? Yeah? All right, and the numerator is 70 over the divisor, which is what? X minus 4. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, we got this, yes? But once again, the key part at the beginning, guys, don't forget you need to check for standard form, because if we're missing a degree, remember we add a 0, whatever the degree is missing, yes? All right, send me your work. All right, so this one says divide, number 17, 2x squared minus 4x plus 9 divided by x minus 3. But on this one, they want us to use synthetic division. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. So once again, what is the first thing you're going to check for? Tell your neighbor, please. Yeah, standard form. So let's look at the first one. Second degree, first degree, 0 degree. Is it in standard form? Yes. How about this one? First degree, 0 degree? Yes. All right. So what's so different about this one, Mr. Q? Well, for this one, I remember that we started with our divisor. Remember that? So we took x minus 3, and we set that equal to what? 0, and we solved. Yes. So that's plus 3 plus 3. So x equals 3. So that's going to be our divisor over here, 3, like that. All right, and for our dividend, we're only going to use our coefficients. What's our first coefficient? 2. The second one is what? Negative 4. And the third one is the constant, which is 9. All right. So let's see if you remember the process. We bring down the first term all the way down, 2. And then we start our process. What is 3 times 2? 6. All right, there it goes. We combine these. So what is 6 minus 4? That is 2. All right, do it again. Here it goes. 3 times 2, that is 6. All right. So combine those, and that leaves us with 15, and this is a what? Remainder. Yes. So what would be our answer? Share with your neighbor, what would be your answer for that one? Answer. All right, I think Alex got this. Go, Alex. 2x plus 2. Let's go. Oh, yeah, we got this. Now, once again, why did he say 2x? Because we started with 2x squared, and when we do the division, we miss a degree. So it's no longer 2x to the second. Now we just write it as 2x for this one. And then this one's going to be a constant. That's why you just wrote plus 2. And then at the end, the remainder as a fraction over the divisor. All right? All right, number 18, it says simplify the rational expression 2t squared minus 6t divided by t minus 3 and identify the excluded values. All right. Copy that, and we'll do this one together. All right, so first things first, identify excluded values. So over here on the side, I want you to write EV. Let's start with that. So what do we do for excluded values? Let's see if you remember. Tell your neighbor, please. Yeah, you take the denominator and equal it to 0. So t minus 3 equal to 0. And then we solve. Plus 3 plus 3, t equals 3. So my excluded value is 3. That is correct. All right, let's simplify this. So first things first, we need to factor both the numerator and denominator. Let's start with the numerator. Is it a standard form? Yes. Is there a GCF for the numerator? Yeah, 2 what? Yeah, so that one becomes 2t as our GCF, and we're left with t minus 3 over. Can we factor the denominator more? But if we did need a GCF, what would be our GCF? Yes, 1. And we would write it as 1 times t minus 3. Tell your neighbor the last step, Simplify using what? Giant 1. All right, so the giant 1 is what? T minus 3 and t minus 3. That leaves us with 2t over 1, which is just 2t. Ooh-wee. Let's go. Yes. So because if I would have written the t minus 3 without the 1, some of you are going to think that we cannot take the giant 1 out of the way. You see what I'm saying? So by factoring the 1, that now you can actually see it that it's exactly like the numerator. All right? Send me your work, please. All right, number 19 reads, add x plus 3 over x minus 4 plus negative 10x minus 23 over x squared plus x minus 20. All right. So, first things first. Let's see if we remember. We need to factor completely the denominators, yes? All right, and then at the end we'll do the excluded values. So, can we factor the first denominator? X minus 4? No. How about x squared plus x minus 20? Yeah. We got negative 20 and 1. Factors of negative 20 and 1. So what are the factors of negative 20 that add up to 1? Tell your neighbor. 5 and negative 4. So my factors are x plus 5, x minus 4. All right. So by looking at this, look at the denominators. We need to have a common denominator. Do both denominators look alike? No. The first one is missing what? So that means we need to multiply this one, x plus 5, the denominator, but also the numerator, x plus 5. All right? So now that we have a common denominator, let's write our two fractions, or rewrite them. We got x plus 5, x minus 4, x plus 5, x minus 4. And then the numerator, though, we need to distribute the x plus 5 and multiply times x plus 3. So let me first distribute x times x, that's x squared. X times 3, that's, Oh my goodness, why? That's 3x. And then we got 5 times x, that's 5x. And 5 times 3, that's 15. So can we combine these 3 and 5? Yeah, so that is x squared plus 8x plus 15 goes right there. And the other numerator stays the same, negative 10x minus 23 microjoules. All right. So let's rewrite as one fraction. So we got x plus 5, x minus 4 on the denominator. Then the numerator, we combine the numerators, yes? There it is. So let's start with x squared. Do we have another x squared? No, so we bring it over, x squared. And then we got 8x and negative 10x. That gives us negative 2x. Oh my goodness, why? Guys, these slides, they bug. Rooney. Rooney, be nice. They missed the Rooney. Right? Then we got 15 minus 23, that is what? Negative 8. All right. But we still can't simplify because we need to do what? Factor one more time the numerator. So this numerator right here, that is correct. We got negative 8 and negative 2. What factors of negative 8 add up to negative 2? Negative 4 and 2. So my factors are x minus 4, x plus 2 on the numerator. And then the denominator, we still have the same denominator, which is x plus 5, x minus 4. And we simplify by giant ones. Do you see the giant one? Yeah, the x minus 4. And that leaves us with x plus 2 over x plus 5. Now, before we move on to the excluded values, tell your neighbor why we can't cross out the x's. Tell your neighbor why we cannot cross out the x's at the end as a giant 1. Exactly. We can't do giant 1s because there's what right here? Addition and addition. We can only do that when there's multiplication. Okay? All right. Now, look up to the screen really quick. Who notices that at the end it doesn't see the excluded values, but it says what? Undefined. It's the same thing. Undefined is the same thing as excluded values. All right? So, let's write EV. All right. So tell me what to write for the excluded values. Let's see. All right, Alex got this. Yes. X plus 5 equal to 0 and x minus 4 equals. Man, Alex is on the ball today. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, we got this. Minus 5 minus 5. X equals negative 5 plus 4 plus 4, x equals 4. So my excluded values are negative 5 and 4. All right? Send me your work, please. All right, number 20 says divide and simplify your answer. So, what's so important about this one? That the first fraction stays the same. We got 1 over y. We change that to multiplication, and we multiply times the reciprocal. 5y over, y minus 5. We multiply, this is 5y over y times y minus 5. You see giant ones. Yes, the y's. And that leaves us with 5 over y minus 5. And that's it. That was number 20. We're left with one more. I'll record that in a little bit. So number 21 reads, solve x over x minus 2 equals x minus 4 over negative 3x plus 6. Then at the end it says check for strenuous solutions. I know it's a big word, right? Strenuous. What a trip. You would think that in mathematics they wouldn't use like a lot of big words, right? But no. So where it says strenuous, just write the two letters EV, so that you remember that at the end we need to check for excluded values. That's what extraneous. We're going to check first excluded values, and then we'll go with the extraneous solution. All right, first things first. We need to solve this. We have a fraction equal to another fraction. See if you remember what to do. Tell your neighbor what to do if they remember. Good job. Good conversations. Cross multiply. So let's start with x times this binomial. So we end up x times negative 3x, that's negative 3x to the second. And x times 6, that's positive 6x equals 2. And now we're going to multiply. I'm going to change color so that you guys can see what I do on the other side. We're going to multiply the x minus 2 times x minus 4. I'm going to write them over here so you guys can see it. X minus 2, x minus 4, which means we need to use distribution, or we can use the area model, but for right now, expeditiously, we're just going to multiply with distribution. So this is x times x, that's x squared. X times negative 4, that's negative 4x. Negative 2 times x, that's negative 2x. And negative 2 times negative 4, that's positive 8. And if we rewrite that, this becomes negative 3x to the second plus 6x equals x squared minus 6x plus 8. So far so good, yes? All right. Since this is a quadratic equation, remember to solve a quadratic, it needs to be equal to what? Bam, Ivan, let's go. You remind me of me in kindergarten. Yes, it needs to be equal to 0. So I'm going to add 3x squared and subtract 6x to each side. Add 3x squared and subtract 6x to each side. So that leaves us with this side equal to 0. 3x squared and plus 1x squared, that's 4x squared. The negative 6x and negative 6x, that's negative 12x. And then plus 8. All right. So by looking at it, let's look at the right side. Is it in standard form? Yes. Is there a GCF? Yes, which is 4. We're left with x squared minus 3x plus 2. All that equal to 0. All right? Can we factor that trinomial inside of the parentheses? Yeah, Mr. Q. Dun, 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 dun. We got 2 and negative 3. So you remember the factors of positive 2 that add up to negative 3. Factors of 2 that add up to negative 3. And those are what, Angel? Negative 2 and negative 1, that is correct. So my factors are x minus 2, x minus 1, bring down the 4, and all that equal to 0. Are we done? No, set each one equal to 0, so we got 4 equal to 0, x minus 2 equal to 0, x minus 1 equal to 0. This is not true. 4 is not equal to 0, so we eliminate that. So we solve plus 2, x equals 2, plus 1, x equals 1. So according to what we're saying, those are our solutions, yes? However, let's check for excluded values first. So what do we do for excluded values? Tell your neighbor, what do we do for excluded values? See if you remember. Then we'll ask Rodney for that. What do we do for excluded values? All right, go ahead, Rodney. What do we do? Yes, he said denominator is equal to 0. So my first denominator is x minus 2, so we set that equal to 0. And the other denominator is negative 3x plus 6 equal to 0. And we solve. So plus 2, x equals 2. That's my first EV. The other one, minus 6, that is negative 3x equals negative 6. Divide by negative 3, divide by negative 3. That is also 2. Okay, it's the same one. So what do we notice? That the excluded value is what? 2. What was our solution? 2 and 1. But if the excluded value is 2, can we use 2 over here? No, that's what we call what? Extraneous solution. That's why we can't use that one. So our only solution is 1. Let's go. Oh yeah, we got this. All right, send me your work, please.